No heat point was recorded across the country of Belize this morning. That's a first in several weeks. Thanks to the rains that passed over the country between last night and this morning, the fires were extinguished.
As it is right now, with the help of the rains, a check of the online platform basically showed that we didn't have any fires or hot spots this morning. So that's good news.
But that good news is very likely to be temporary.
It goes without saying that, we're still not out of the woods yet. I think the Met Office still has a drought warning for Belize. So we can't really let our guard down. We still have to be very careful in terms of how we use fire or how people use fire. We have to ask them to for now at least, respect the law, abide by what the law says. For now, there is no burning. If burning is permitted, then that it be done, based on the fire laws, based on best practices, and so that we don't have a repeat of what we recently saw.
2 weeks ago, legislation was passed to prosecute those found lighting fires during the state of emergency, which remains in place. But even with the new law, the burning continued. Forest Officer Raul Chan says offenders will be charged in the coming days.
Right at the passing of the law, which was April 21st, there wasn't really a reduction or immediate reduction in the amount of fires.
And the wildfires have destroyed hundreds of acres of forests and farmlands, wiped out crops and other farming investments, resulted in poor air quality with a direct impact on health. So the Forest Department and its partners acted quickly to provide a relief for communities suffering from the burning of these fires. One of the strategies they used helped to save a family home in Unitedville last Friday.
One of the strategies we employed was actually the use of planes or call it crop dusters to basically to those areas with fire. And during one of the events where we had planes with dosing areas near Unitedville, the pilots basically came across a house that was where fire was approaching very close. Their quick action, basically indulging that area, actually saved the building.
And where the Forest Department and its partners are not able to cover, some communities have stepped up to put out the fires. Forest Officer Raul Chun applauds these efforts, but recognizes that a long-term sustainable solution is needed. And they hope to do this through public education campaigns and the activation of community fire management groups.
We are basically developing a plan particularly for public awareness, and we should have that rolled out soon. Yes, I agree. There is a need for us and other agencies to start to really educating our people in terms of the wise use of fires and also the consequences that comes along with improper use of fires, especially for the long term.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Andrea Polanco.